Hi, I just wanted to do a little video about the canning that I've been doing recently, and talking a little bit more about going to the farmers market and doing all of the shopping that you can do locally. That's what I've been trying to do this summer season. When our farmers market started, I tried to buy my all of my vegetables, except for the things that I was growing, and all of my meats from the farmers market. It turns out the meat at the farmers market is pretty expensive, and for me it's more worth it to drive the extra distance to our local butcher shop, which for me is about 40 minutes 40 minutes one way. So it's an 80-minute plus, 20 minutes in the store, 100-minute round trip to buy meat. But I think it's worth it, especially when you're buying meat and then you put it in the freezer. So maybe you're stocking up for 2 weeks and you go once every 2 weeks. And you don't have to eat meat every single day, especially when you do have access to fresh vegetables in the summertime. My mom is a big fan of cucumber and tomato salad, where you have cucumbers, tomatoes, sometimes onion, and you can do red onion or white onion, but I think red onion is more preferred. And then either balsamic or Italian or oil. You can put seasonings on there, whatever you'd like. But that's just like one summer staple that my parents have always liked. So last weekend when we went to the farmers market, I was there with a plan. I wanted to get some tomatoes and do some canning. I wanted to can some tomato sauce so that we have some preservative-free, sugar-free tomato sauce for when we don't have fresh tomatoes in the middle of winter. Because I really enjoy pizza and I really enjoy pasta. I think it's healthier to make these things yourself. So I have the opportunity, why not do it? So I went with the knowledge that I wanted a lot of tomatoes. So we went to the farm booth and the vegetable booth, one of them, and we bought 2 ears of corn, 1 big sweet potato, 3 apples, 2 eggplants, 1 watermelon, and a bunch of tomatoes. I ended up making 5 pint-sized jars of tomato sauce with that. And they were heirloom tomatoes. So all of that for $52. And at first I was like, oh, $52. But then you have to consider this is local. This is grown with care on a small scale, probably with organic practices, even if they're not fully organic. I actually don't know if that booth there is organic, but so yeah, you're getting all of those perks. And then I didn't use a plastic bag for any of it. And I got to talk to the farmer. They're grown outside of Frankfurt, and it's pretty close, and the produce itself is delicious. It was wonderful. We ate up the corn right away. I think it's best to eat your corn right away when you get it from the farmers market, because there could be cabbage moth worm, caterpillar in there, and there was in each of my corn ears. So I just cut it off, threw it away into my compost. Bye bye. And didn't worry about it. Washed the corn off, cooked it and ate it. It was good. And then we made eggplant with coconut curry dal, which is an Indian recipe, and then paneer and mango pickle and lime. So good. But I'm not the biggest fan of eggplant, so I'm thinking next time I'm going to do the coconut curry and dal and paneer alone and no eggplant. But you know, that's something I can do in the winter, realistically. We haven't eaten the apples yet. We haven't eaten the watermelon yet. We haven't eaten the sweet potato yet. But I did can those tomatoes. I just canned the tomatoes. I cooked them down so that they were a little bit thicker. Yeah. They all sealed, and I'm very proud of how that went. So that's that. And I wrote out my calculations of what it would cost at Kroger, and what, you know, how much more did I pay by going to the farmers market than shopping at Kroger and getting conventionally grown, trucked in, monocultured crops that have pesticides on them. Now, I don't know that these didn't have pesticides on them, the ones that I bought. But I do feel better that they were grown on a smaller scale and they were not trucked in from like extremely far away. They're from a local city, local area. Sorry, not a city. But so the corn was 50 cents each at Kroger, so $1 there. Sweet potato, $1. 3 apples, $3. I calculated the tomatoes by the brand of tomato sauce that I like at Kroger, which is Barilla, and that's about $5 a jar. And I got 5 jars out of that, so or $4 a jar, so I got around $25 there. 2 eggplants would be about $3, and the watermelon would be $5. So I would have spent $37 at Kroger. I spent $52 at the farmers market. So I spent $15 more than I could have. But you have to factor in that I'm getting a better product, and it doesn't have preservatives on it. And yeah, it just also is like a different experience, I think, when you're going to the farmers market. And number one, you're not doing self-checkout. You're literally talking to a small business owner or, you know, one of their associates, and they're talking about the community. They're talking about what all's happening in the community, who they are, what their values are. At Kroger, the associates are not talking about the values of Kroger. And who cares about the values of Kroger? So I think the farmers market is just, for me, a better option. And I'm very thankful that I am able to go. So I hope you enjoyed this farmers market talk this afternoon, and blessings.